If you are a Microsoft customer and you are wondering how can I start consuming and start trying the Microsoft security solutions, today in this video I'm going to show you 3 different components that you can enable and that will give you visibility in your organization regarding your identity, your emails, and your applications. So on this video we will talk about how to enable in your tenant, for example. And let me explain that this configuration that you will do won't affect your existing configuration. It just enables the services to start recording all the activities related to security between and regarding to security for identities, for emails, and for applications. So on this video I will show you how to enable, for example, identity protection, start giving you visibility about the user behavior and all the different threats that could come into your identity, for example. And the second options that I will show you how to enable is the Office 365 Advanced Threat Analytics that will help you to analyze all the threats that are coming through your the emails that are going to your organizations and how you can start protecting them when you have that visibility. And the third component is how can you enable something that is called cloud application security that allows you to have more visibility regarding your applications. I mean, what users are using the different types of applications. If these applications are applications that are in the whitelist from your organization, and if they are not in your whitelist, how can you do to start managing them in terms of security? So let's go through the video and I will show you how to enable these 3 components so they will give you visibility in terms of threats in your organization. On this section, I will show you how to create an Office 365 E5 trial. You only come to Google and start typing Office 365 E5 trial. Then click on the first option that you receive here. And once you are here, you will see the option available. Click free trial. Just make sure that you have an email address. If you are doing this in your organization or for your organization, make sure that you are using an email address that is from your organization and they will be the one in charge of managing this subscription that you are creating. If not, in this case, for purposes of this demo, I'm going to type a user account with an email address from Outlook that I will be using to create this Office 365 trial. I will select the public demo number 2. I will put some phone number 669-291-5275. We can say public, remember this is for demo purposes, public demo 2. Select an organization, you can select the quantity that you want to select for your organization. For this trial, we'll select 2 to 4 people. Click on next and it will send me a text message with a verification code that I will receive to start the Office 365 trial. As you maybe you heard, the message came to me and the code that I'm going to use is 385780. Verify. Once we verify, we select, we need to specify an email, let's say this will be the domain name that will be used on this tenant. For this demo, we are going to select public demo number 2. So the email address of the user will be username at publicdemo2.onmicrosoft.com. We check the availability, it's available, and then we click next. We type the first, let's say I like to use the admin 911. And then we type a password, we confirm the password, and we do the sign up. You can also select if you want to your partners, some partners to contact you. Okay, so I click sign on, and at this time the user account is being created. We have to wait some time for the tenant creation. At this point we are just creating the Office 365 tenant, the E5. The E5 contains the some of the options that we are going to use on this demo, and we go to setup. This is something on the previous page that you need to save. So you have access to your tenant. At this time we are just using an online demo domain, so we are not connecting a custom domain. So click exit and continue later. Once you have the admin console, we can click here on the billing options, click on billing and products and services, and you will see the Office 365 E5 trial. Okay, now in order to enable the identity protection solution and also the cloud application security, the CAS, we need to add some other subscriptions for trial to our existing subscription. In this case, for this demo, we are going to select the Microsoft Office 365 E5. We select this option, we click on this on the service that we're selecting, and as you can see, this type of subscription, the Microsoft 365 E5, contains all the security workloads that are required if you want to start trying and testing them. So click on the Get the Free Trial. It will send a confirmation. I'm going to select again 291, 5275, and I will be receiving a text message with the verification code. Everything is two-code authentication. You know, this is my code is 389300. Start your free trial. We confirm at this time you don't have to pay anything. Okay, it's just a trial, and you have 1 month if you want to start trying this out for this time. I mean, you have 1 month to start trying and see the behaviors. Okay, if you are enabling this subscription in your existing Office 365 tenant, then the subscription will be added to your existing subscription, but they will expire in 30 days. But for the purpose of this demo, we're not going to assign any license to any user. We're just spending some time, investing some time on understanding how to enable these services on Office 365. Once we have the tenant created and the subscription available, we can just go here again to products and services, and you will see here now that we have the Office 365 E5 and also the Microsoft 365 E5 too. Both are a trial and both are available to your users. Okay, so this is the first section, enabling the subscription, and the second section of this video is how we can enable the identity protection workload that will allow you to see how the user behaves. In terms of threats, you will be able to analyze some of the active threats that have, attackers have been trying to, if they are trying to get access to do some, to send some phishing email, to start using attachments with malicious codes. So in order to do it, we have to enable the subscription for identity protection. Okay, to enable identity protection, we come here to portal.azure.com. They will allow you to access to your new subscription that you have already created at this time, and allows you to configure the options that we want. So we here go to this console and we go to we can search, so to make it quickly, the identity protection. As you can see here, Azure AD identity protection option comes here, and the only thing that you need to do is to come here to this portal. On this console, you will see after some period of time, you will see the user behavior in terms of if there are some risky users, and if in the organization there are some risky sign-ins, some sign-ins that could be evaluated as risky, and all the risk detection that will be shown and will be appearing here in this on this report, and you will have the capability to see all the information related to user behavior, related to threats that could be in your organizations for your users. Fine. The second option, or the second word lock that we have to enable for monitoring, in this case, monitoring the advanced threats that could happen in your organization when the organization is receiving emails with malicious code or malicious information, so your end users might fall into these threats. In order to enable the Office 365 Advanced Threat Analytics, you have to come here to the Office 365 console, and as you can see, there are two sections, the security and compliance. But in this case, just open another browser, another tab, and select and type protection.office.com. Once you open the protection.office.com page, we will have to come here on the threat management options and go and click on these sections. You see all the things related, or the configuration related to policies for your email, your corporate email. So what we have to do to enable it is just come here to Threat Management Explorer, and one of the things that we need to enable is the Office 365 Log Analytics feature. In some tenants where this is not enabled by default, it should appear in this page the option to enable the Office 365 Log Analytics options. In other cases like this tenant is already enabled by default by Microsoft, so you have to do nothing with it. After all, remember, at this time we are just enabling the features, so you have options here. Visibility. Remember, we are looking for visibility into our organization, and right here you will have all the necessary aspects. Sometimes when the first time you are trying to get access to this dashboard, you will receive an error about not having enough permissions. So in order to provide the permissions to the user that is trying to access and read all of this threat information in this dashboard, you only have to come here to permissions and add this role, the compliance administrator role, to the specific user that you are trying to give and provide access to. We are not focusing on the permissions section, but this is something you will have also to verify. Once you have already enabled the threat management options, if you want to enable the policies later on for attachment, you can see the different options that comes with Office 365. In this case, ATP anti-phishing, ATP safe attachments, which help to your organization to protect for emails that are coming to your organization's users that comes with some attachments. So before getting into the end users, or the end user receiving the attachment, you have the option to protect your organization's email by configuring some policy here in the safe attachment and specifying the specific recipients that will receive the configuration that you specify here on the policies. It's important to note also that the threat management options and the policies you have based on the plan that you have enabled. At this time we have enabled the plan number 2, which comes with all these options enabled too. But if you select the plan number 1, then there will be some options not available, like for example, doing this attack simulator. This is a great feature that allows you to simulate the attack and see if your configuration is correctly set. In order to do it, you have to enable the MFA for the existing user where you are trying. So you can start some phishing, spear phishing test, and then you will see the password, brute force password, what is called also the dictionary attack, and then this way you will have also the option to run this test. So this is very powerful solution. Now, the third option that you need to enable to get additional information related to threat management is to enable the cloud app security, because at the first workload that we enable is identity protection. So we see the user behavior regarding to sessions initiated by end users, analyzing if there is something suspicious in the identity behavior. The second option is the email threat, advanced threat protection, which comes with Office 365. And the third option that could also be included when you enable in your infrastructure is the cloud application security, which allows you to monitor, for example, monitor the activities that your identities are executing with some applications. Maybe some applications are not in the whitelist for your organizations, and you need to see what is the behavior, what the users are doing with these applications. In order to do it, you have also to enable the auditing log in your tenant. In this tenant we are configured, you only have to come here to the data to search, add a log search, and turn on auditing. You click yes on this section. This will enable the auditing logs and will provide you more visibility. This will take some time if you want to enable that. Once you have already configured this, the audit log has been already enabled, you can come here to open another tab with portal and cloudappsecurity.com. It's important to say that this application monitoring is coming also with Office 365, but as we have already enabled the Microsoft 365 EFI, it comes also with a more powerful solution for application monitoring. So in this case, it's the Cloud App Security, very strong solution in terms of detecting suspicious activities, suspicious bad behavior, and attackers trying to get access through the applications to your organization's resources. And it can also be integrated with Azure Identity, in this case with Azure Advanced Threat Protection, that also allows you to monitor the identity solutions. This Cloud App Security has a powerful integration. So in order just to enable and see additional information about applications, just come here to settings, and we will have to enable in the file section, we will have to enable the monitoring. Here in files, information, we will have to enable the file monitoring. This will allow us to see all the information and behavior that is coming through your SaaS application and captured to the cloud application security. This will help you to have additional information here on the dashboard, all the threat detections, the compliance, and all of this information that is very useful. Now, once we have enabled the monitoring, the file monitoring, what we have to do is to connect this Cloud App Security with the Office 365. And to do that, you go here to Connected Apps, App Connectors, and then you add here the Office 365, the Office 365 services. There you connect to Office 365 and select the components that you want to capture. In this case, we are going to select all of these capabilities, and we select to connect the application. Once the Office 365 application is connected, you will see here, obviously, when you start creating and users and managing creating activities, so you will be able to see all the information on the alerts, all the information related to your accounts and all the activity logs for your users and applications, which is something really important. So with this capability enabled, you have the three options available: identity protection, Office 365 advanced threat protection for emails, and the cloud app security for application protection. I hope you enjoyed. You can see this is something you can do it by yourself, and it does not affect your existing infrastructure because we have just enabled the features. We have not configured any policies yet. That's something that you can do. Just look for additional help from some Microsoft partner or someone that you trust. In this video, I show you how you can enable these three components that are really important to see what is your security posture in your organization. Obviously, these are basic components that you can expand and enable and integrate with other advanced threat services, advanced threat protection services that Microsoft makes available to you, to the customer.